Venus has risen, and I am about to start a new game. The game in question is. Where's the title? I was a teenage exocolonist, and Muhalu gifted it to me. And it looks like it's gonna be interesting. And no, I haven't played it before. I literally just downloaded it after she sent me it. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you weren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Hmm. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is ringing in your ears. You try to stand up, but one of your legs folds uselessly under you. It won't hold your weight. Hi, Muhalu. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. I'm loving the art. It's very cute. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? Uh, mate, what? It almost could be a dog, but it's like, I don't know. That's not a dog. The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. That that actually had me like back up from the screen for a second. Yes, girl. It did actually scare me. Oh man. I had to turn my headset down. You are born on the stratospheric Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for a ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertuma 4 in the hope they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging the genes like they merged their cultures. They named you, so I can choose one of these or I can choose something else. See what the, oh, I can just put my own name in. Okay. That's good. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to put my name, which ironically enough is a planet. I'm going to be a she, because why wouldn't I? And then I'm going to be female. You're a bright-eyed child with I cannot talk today. With an active imagination. Sometimes too active, your mom says. And then that tells you to do what I just did. You have vivid dreams of things you never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Fortuna will be like. Okay, so you get 100 points to all of this. And it's basically like a D&D character sheet, almost, it looks like. Alright, alright. Holly, what did you do for your stats? I'm curious. Yeah, it should be easy. Except I have no clue what the heck I'm getting into. Well, okay, actually that's every D&D game ever. You never know what's going to happen. Alright, it's a space game. I'm gonna say... Do I not get to... Oh, so I don't get to slide these. Hang on, maybe it'll let me. Oh, gotcha. Okay, okay. I'm gonna pick Absorbent Brain, which gave me reasoning. Professor Howell says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when they get older, they can't absorb new stuff. Not for me. You're always learning and your curiosity knows no end. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. Oh. This one. Oh. He's kind of adorable. They gave me a little bit of bravery. Unlike his studious twin sister Tangent, Dice sits at the back of the classroom and doodles on his holopalm. You bond while cracking jokes about the weird diagrams in your textbooks. His quiet nature and his morbid curiosity make him somewhat of a loner, but at least he has a friend in you. Oh, I could have chose something else if I didn't want him. Okay, okay. Oh, it even tells you who illustrates some of this. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Howell says it's like a doorway to another star systems with the planet Virtunia 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble and then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's gonna be fine. Oh, you even put my name like in the actual text. That's great. I love that. It's going to be fine, Venus. Your dad, Zeus, will be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we practice. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Need organizing 5 or greater. I have reasoning. Why can't I? Okay. Red emergency lights switch on as a siren begins to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you... Hmm. Hmm. I'm a very emotional girly. And that what gave me a little extra perception, I guess? You bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying quietly to console her. She sighs as your crying makes Tammy wail even more loudly. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. So, basically, everything I do gives me stats. Got it. I'm making sure I remembered to share my link with a couple people. Because I always forget. How is my phone already almost dead? Alright. You wake, the shaking builds. 20 stress. Oh. I got like the Sims stats up here. There's rebellion. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh. Oh. Don't like that. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches and stretches, and you're stretching too, your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything's going to be okay. That kind of reminds me of like that one alien movie where like the alien's language is basically like a circular path in time or something, and some lady like started getting visions of like the future because she learned their language, but then she can also see like stuff from the past. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall head first. You black out. It's actually a pretty good movie. I believe it has the guy who plays Hawkeye from the Marvel's Avengers series. He's like the male lead in the movie. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. Ah. Ooh. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking has stopped, and you hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. I'm liking the art, but I'm not liking the hazy, shaky effects. Just because of my eyes. That's a personal preference. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. The med bed under you plays a soft tone, and automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. Wish we had one of those. Yeah, I might if it gets to be too bad. I might turn it off if it gets to be too bad. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. Ground. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields of glass walled domes and walls ringed with giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere and people walking around outside on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Do I rush or do I caution? I'm a rush. Oh. Oh. You can use Wasta? Oh, Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. It is so cute. To walk, click on the ground and click on characters to talk to them. Or you can use WASDA, as I figured out. So you can't use like the camera, like to turn the camera. It's all fixed. Venus! Your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Aw, you love your dad, or he's so embarrassing. I'll be nice. Welcome to Virtuma, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps up to the wall, only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. How did you do this so fast? You've been asleep for weeks, my dear aubergine. Aubergine? What the heck is an aubergine? Is that like... Oh, you can scroll back to... That's neat. And these geodesic greenhouses practically put themselves up. But some of this is only a quick, temporary solution, he admits. We'll keep growing and improving things. One day our little colony will be as big as a whole city. And he called me an eggplant? What? The purple egg-shaped fruit of a tropical old world plant, which is eaten as a vegetable. An eggplant. That's kind of an insult. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. You don't know what day it is, he asks. You honestly don't. You remind him you've been asleep in the med bay. Like, man, I've been conked out. I don't know what to tell you. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday? Already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrap paper. You know exactly what is in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. I'm gonna open it. That's cute. How did you know this? It's exactly as you dreamed it. As you Exactly as you imagined, as you dreamed. A feeling of panic rises in your throat. Your hand shakes, but how? Your dad notices. Are you okay, Venus? He snaps his fingers. Doctor instincts shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping meds take a while to wear off. They might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's all it is. But an eggplant? Ollie, out of all of the freaking veggies he could have called me, an eggplant? Really? Someone shouts your dad's names. Listen, I'm so sorry, Venus, he says, but I have to get back to work, and there was an accident when we landed, and he stops himself. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it, your mother and I. What, like, did something happen to the greenhouse? Did something happen to the mom? One of her friends? Professor Howell is expecting you in classes if you're feeling up to it, he says, pointing west to an engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to large doors you came out of earlier, or you can relax in our quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Venus. I love you. Unlock study humanities and engineering. Love you too, Dad. Give him a thumbs up. I'm gonna give him a thumbs up. To enter buildings, click on the door or the flag beside it, or get close and press enter or another action button. They give you a lot of options to do something. Then choose an activity for the month to gain skills and advance time. There are 13 months a year and 10 years to the end of the game. You'll only have time to focus on a few things. So you can't learn everything? What? Okay. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from Earth that might have belonged in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are delicate, so you have to spray off any germs in an airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with what look like wriggling creatures stuck inside one. A sign explains it's a decoy meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come and pollinate the flower. Ah, okay. That's back to the med bay. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny, nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to do something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works as both requisitions office and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. View notice board. Colony food shortfall, -1% low. Colony security rating, evaluate. Upcoming event will be hosting our first annual festival during the second month of dust. Notice, take precautions outside colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. I'm guessing xenofauna is like carnivorous plants. And that's stuff. Oh, friend. See Dice sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate and the wall to the south where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the wall, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous, dark, and wiggly. For years in space, you've half remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from the daydream, Dice whispers, I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. No, you don't. You're being sarcastic. I can tell. Nobody believes me. He turns his back and ignores you. They're huge, wiggly, and dangerous. Stop making fun of me. Dice pouts. You're as bad as Mars. What? I was going off of her memories. Oh, that's the wall. Well, who are you? Hiya, Venus. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. The stuff is different from the snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat and you can make stuff out of it. So what, is it like pollen dust? Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Have you seen monsters? Why aren't you in school? See you later. Monsters. Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if there were monsters, right? She shrugs and smiles reassuringly. Even if there were monsters, Chief Rat would beat them all up, so don't worry. My mom says we're safer here than we were in space. You both look over at the wreckage of the stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Amnini's mom, Antecedent, is probably right about that. Look at what the wormhole did to your ship. What are you making? Just snow spirals, she says, but earlier me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in the medbay. She smiles her broad gap-toothed smile at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School, I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. Look at that grin. She skipped on purpose. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill, he won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair, she's getting a head start. No, she's not. She's just standing there. It doesn't tell me what they are, though. Try this one. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides... What is? Oh, like, when you hover over the flags, it doesn't, tell you what, room you're entering. It just has, like, a little shape on the flag. I guess I'll, like, figure it out as I play, though. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of the wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby hollow screen. Don't forget to study hard, Venus. That's actually a really cute design for like a hollow screen. I'm gonna have her study life. Yeah, life sciences. Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologist and upcoming chemist. Professor Howell welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call wet sciences. He gestures to his hollow projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a bit of everything with opportunities for further study in your favorite fields. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. I thought this was... okay. For today's lesson, Professor Howell tells you we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertuma. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. Okay. If she's been asleep for just a couple weeks, how the heck do they already have all this information? You team up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up surveyor notes on the HoloNet. Mush trees, she read, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the Sabatica swamp. What if we use water instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Venus, do you have any suggestions? Uh, uh, Stormy. Lower the pH. You fill the bucket with water and add spark snow crystals. These are sometimes left over at the end of quiet season. They're mildly acidic, which means they should lower the pH of the water. Every day you rush into class to check its progress. At first there's nothing, but by midweek your little mush tree shoot sprouts up and starts its journey. In the end, yours is in the middle of the pack, seeing as mush trees don't usually grow where there's spark snow, you're able to conclude they probably don't like acid. When you work or go to class, you'll pick a quick card game as the month passes. Move cards to fill 5 hands and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If your total in the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your cards, some challenges can't be won, but you can still get a reward for doing your best. Bonus for flushes, same color together. Bonus for pairs. Oh, it's basically poker. Okay. Yay. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarter swing. Your parents have been working from first on to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. They kind of look a little rough. I mean, look at that like expression, and she kind of just looks run down in general. He went back to calling me Gooseberry. Ah! I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little Gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? School is so boring. I learned some stuff in school. Excuse me. I have the hiccups. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles, and Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the department once it's open. I can go shopping? What? You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there are different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future. If that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas for how you can spend your time. Come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. Unlocked shoveling dirt. What? Why do I want to shovel dirt? Early quiet. Mid quiet. Huh. I need like a little mini map is what I need. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey Venus, Mars call. Mars and Venus! Ha 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 ha! I just realized it. Mars calls out to you, come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. The smart snow would ruin my good clothes. At least the shit on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. You can tell she's like one of those super prissy popular girls that like if there was a shopping mall, she would go to like JC and Dillard's over Five Below. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, can you fetch them for me? Ooh. Ooh. I can either be really nice to the popular girl, or I can be really bitchy mean to the popular girl. Is it, Holly, you've played this one. I gotta ask, is it worth it even being nice to her? Give me a hint, bestie. I could use a hint. I think she likes when you stand your ground. Ooh. You trying to set me up to fail, aren't you? You didn't make friends with Mars. Okay. Well, we will know what I decide after this break. 'Cause I need a bathroom break. Enjoy the game! right back. Alright. She's like, since you like running around it, could you fetch them for me? Holly said she never friends her, so. And her name is a planet, and my name is a planet. So I feel like planets should be best friends. Especially since, well, yeah, that'd be nice. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to make more than just a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Okay. This chick? Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Venus, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I am here for Mars's soy sweets. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She is? She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nano print it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. So there's elves in the game too? Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. She seems sweet, and she's like a really like well drawn, like color coordinated character. I've always thought, like, even though for a long time I didn't like pink, and I'm not really a big fan of yellow, but the two colors, if done right, they just go so well together. Alright, time to take Miss Bossy her soy sweets. Did you see the attitude? Yeah. She has attitude. I ate them all. Need persuasion. That'll be nice. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick doing everything I say. I am nobody's sidekick. Being nice is done. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she says. Oh, an administrator seeks looking for somebody to do delivery jobs for the depot. I don't want to do it because, like, ew, running around there, no. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you. Well, she did give me one of the sweets, even though she is kind of rude. And she just referred me for a job. So maybe she's not so bad. Her way of speaking could be a lot better. Oh, I need toughness 10 or greater. What? Okay. Well, that was a waste of time. Look at them waiting around, looking like They expect me to dig with a shovel. What? Alright. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth: spinach, tomatoes, maybe even some fruit. Right as the card popped up to say this first line, I had grabbed my Mountain Dew as it was popping up. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? She asks. Remember, Venus, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You decide how to spend your time so long as it's productive. She points to the engineering wing in the back half of the stratosphere's severed frame. Professor Hall is still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with the work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? Excuse me. She looks down and nudges at a sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of Earth's plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope that the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look at you up and down. You're growing fast, Venus, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. I am sorry. I feel like hauling soil should be the work of an adult, and planting little seeds should be the job of a child. I feel like that's role reversal. I'm just saying. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout, it'll help build these muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. Yeah. She's muscle mommy. I say this and I am literally flexing my arms as if I have a camera that people can see. That's how into doing this I am. uh, what's happening in engineering? Hal's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities. If you pass all your tests, maybe we'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you, she says, gesturing the fields. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I'd suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm gonna stick you on shovel duty. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, she advises, you can visit the lounge and see your friends. But, she warns, raising a finger, I don't want to see you lounging all the time. You need to work hard too. Well, it's in the garrison. Security Chief Rhett is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you, back on the ship? It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Holly. Okay, lurking's better than nothing. Of all the adults in the colony, Rhett and your mom are the most like soldiers you've seen on a holovid. For a moment, you think your mom's going to suggest something else. Then she shakes her head and says, you're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's going on in command? I think Seek said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up a shop there if you've got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Captain Udicott, I mean, Governor Udicott works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman, doesn't have time for your mother's patience with kids. Oh, doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. She shakes her head. Your father would be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay in the walls. Okay, bye. Oh, you have to work at 5 a.m. Halls? Mm. Well, I'll tell you what, I've already been streaming for an hour. Let me talk to Daddy Dearest real quick and see what he has to say. And then I'll end my stream for now. And I'll stream more tomorrow. Get a decent pacing in. And that way you can watch it live. Potato! He called me a potato. Okay. First a gooseberry, then an eggplant, a gooseberry again, and now a potato. Potatoes acceptable though. I do like potatoes. Potatoes are yummy. I don't even know what a gooseberry is, and I'm not crazy about eggplant. Except for like Parmesan eggplant, like the Italian dish. But even then, I have to be like in the right mood. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to? Hanging with my friends, staying in, it's cold out here, playing in the fresh air. He breathes deeply and slowly around. Fortuna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I missed seasons. Back on Earth, it got much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait till dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky. It'll be real hot. Then you'll see. How? If they've only been here a couple weeks, how the heck do they know all this? I'll be nice and shovel dirt this month. The greenhouses have a different biome inside, growing plants from Earth that might belong in a desert, blah blah blah. I think I've already read all that. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy. Good morning, Venus. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just 'cause you're my daughter. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points where everything is. Your job is to move solid compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Yeah, that sounds about as boring as I thought. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? No. That's my girl, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you'll feel utterly drained and exhausted, and good somehow. You can feel your muscles growing already. Ooh, already at 75 stress. Less rebellion. That's good, I guess. Get to work. Alright. Yeah, but I'm like, oh shit, I'm like 90 stress. She did get some kudos to spend though. This week, you have a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody's about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning, you were sure Professor Hall was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate. You even told Marsh to watch, though. He didn't, though, as Professor Hall walked away. His hash brown's safe for today. Mars calls you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with the stuff you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. Isn't that like the elf girl from earlier? But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick or that you're sick and need to go to the med bay. Eventually, you decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? Secret powers are fun. You start keeping a private journal on your holopalm, recording events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have that feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very scary. You hope that, like Professor Howell's hash browns, they don't all come true. Mid quiet, late quiet. Alright, folks. We have now hit the 1 hour mark. And my voice is like trying to go out from reading all this. And I don't want to blitz through all this all night. So, I'm going to stop right here. And then I may start up a new stream with a game that I don't have to read. And tomorrow I will stream more of this one. Hopefully that is okay with you, Holly. I am going to save it. New save. We're going to do 3-19-2026 first stream. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my first time playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I do plan on playing more of it tomorrow. But it's a lot of reading, and to make it interesting, I've been reading it out loud because I didn't see a feature that had voice acting. Maybe that's something the people who made the game will invest in later. If so, maybe they'll consider me as a voice actor. Just kidding. Well, I'll be on again in a minute. Well, I need to eat dinner first, but then I'll be on. And if you haven't noticed, I did start a blog. The link is on my bio page. If you're in my Discord, I have been posting in my Discord. And I did also post it on Facebook. So, if you want to see all the things I'm doing when I'm not streaming, my blog is the best place to follow. It's basically like a little digital journal slash mod podge collage of life stuff. Well, I'll be on in a little bit.